the Staples Center downtown. Both teams tonight dealing with some injury. Here's a look at who's out for the evening.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
The starters for the Portland Trail Blazers. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Powell in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Clippers, Kawhi Leonard is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's George in at the 2 guard. Powell for 3. It's hauled in by George. Here's the Clippers. Beverley with the ball. Lillard picks him up. Morris passes to Leonard. And George, here we go. And Covington sends it back.
And guys, George puts pressure on an opponent at both ends of the court. Lockdown D at one, aggressive to get his own at the other.
And George drops them both. Some of the best in the game go at it here tonight, Chris. What an incredible guard matchup we have here in this one.
Oh, Kevin, there are some all-time greats playing at the guard spots these days. It will be a fun matchup to watch.
Just fantastic defense for Morris, getting right in the face of the shooter and coming up with the rejection.
The shot by Lillard, wide open. Sinks the triple. About 1 minute into the first quarter. And here are the Clippers. And Beverley kicks to Zubac. Pass to Leonard. Shoots over Powell, and it's Leonard with a sensational play.
And he moves so well. When Leonard drives the lane, it's pretty much a guaranteed bucket. Terrific body control, and he plays with the ultimate force.
Now, here's Lillard. Kicks it out to Covington. Back to Lillard. Shot clock at 5. Here's Nurkic. Right wing. This one for 3. Lillard misses.
It's just 1 for 5 from the field now. I mean, they've come out flat. They need to pick up the energy.
Pass to Beverley. Now Morris from deep. That one, no good. And now Portland on the break. And Lillard kicks to McCollum. Nurkic trying to get open. Goes back up. Kicks it out to Lillard. Portland moving the ball around. Beverley against McCollum. Nurkic trying to get open. They shoot again. Kicks it out to McCollum. And there's the pass to Powell for 3. McCollum, no good. And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. And the layup falls.
And he just big-boyed it right there. The height advantage he's got down low, really difficult for them to defend.
Lillard scanning the floor. And it's Lillard again missing.
The defense has done a good job of forcing him in tough shots this quarter.
And that one's good. George.
Just phenomenal awareness by Beverley, just dishing the ball to the wide open man easily.
Lillard outside. Portland no good that time either.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
Just off this game, forcing a few shots, not letting the game come to him naturally.
Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. 1:29 left to play in the first quarter. Covington kicks to Lillard. To end the cold streak. They grab their own miss.
Well, a big reason Nurkic impacts games is for that ability right there, staying active on the glass at both ends, converting the second chances.
Now here's Leonard. 1:03 left in the first. And that one's good. Beverley.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
It's Covington on the wing. Kicks it out to McCollum. Over George. He's off from 17 feet.
Cold quarter for him, ice cold. I mean, it may be time to give him a breather. Maybe someone off the bench to get him a spark.
And with a good mix of power and agility, Leonard can throw it down with the best of them.
And it's the Trailblazers with the ball. The Clippers getting the bucket. Lillard from outside. Here's Nurkic. It's McCollum on the wing. The dish to Lillard. No good on the three.
Well, it isn't for a lack of effort when it comes to getting up to three-pointers, but not much to show for it. He's going to lose the green light here very early in this game if this keeps up. Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
They've come out of the gate strong at both ends of the floor, just in total control so far.
And so it's Los Angeles going into the break with a 10-point lead. And thanks to their outs. Recently, we spoke with Patrick Beverley about his throwback style.
Old school basketball.
Now, pound for pound, Greg, Beverley may be the most physical player in the league.
And he also gets in your head. It's a combination that allows him to get stops against guys as big as Kevin Durant.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Clippers, guys. What are your thoughts?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
No question. It's been stifling thus far, preventing that offense from establishing any kind of rhythm.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the court right now for the Trailblazers. Enes Kanter is out there with Anthony. Then there's Derek Jones. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic. And it's Simons in at the one. Here's Kennard. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. You know, you grew up with aspirations of someday getting into politics. Any current players who you could see maybe taking that same route?
No doubt. There's several guys in today's game. You know, Harrison Barnes has the polish, and I know he's had some thoughts at maybe going in that direction. Teammates nicknamed Malcolm Brogdon the president for his stately demeanor and commitment to effecting change. I absolutely see him trying to have an impact socially moving forward. There's several guys, again, who not only have the voice, but the courage to speak out about things that matter most to them.
Many sharp guys in the NBA. Trailblazers trail by 10. McCollum left side. And that one, good.
I think McCollum's mechanics and mindset really come into play in the mid-range game. He's deadly from that area.
Jackson looking it over. Puts it up. Kicks it to Cousins. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
Yeah. Horrible effort. It appears they may be on the brink of giving up.
Kanter. Pass to Simons. Stolen by Jackson. Here's Oturu. Fires the three. And Jones pulls it down. And it's Jones with the ball for the Trailblazers. Trailing by 10. The shot by Anthony, no good. Jackson drives in. That's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. And the Clippers making a change here. Mann's checked in. Norman Powell's checked in for the Trailblazers. Kennard against Powell. Kennard, the pass to Jackson. Lock at 6. From deep. But they recover it. The Clippers get another chance here. To the left wing. Shot clock at 6. Batum wide open. He fires. And the Clippers miss again.
They get away with it here, but that's not a shot you should ever be giving him.
On the basket by Jones. A minute 50 left in the first half of the game. Jackson passes to Oturu. Here's Mann. He kicks to Jackson. Kennard on the wing. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Jones. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Portland also making some changes. Robert Covington comes in for Jones. And Damian Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. And the wide open shot from Morris. And again, no good by the Clippers. They push it up 4-on-3. Pass to Powell. Three-pointer, Lillard. No good that time. 80 that time from Leonard. And that one's good. Beverly's got the lead up to 10 now for the Clippers.
Even when contact comes Beverly's way, I mean, he's a pro at finishing, absorbing it so well on these shots.
Lillard from outside buries it from three-point range. Lillard's got 6.
He doesn't play around. If the buck is there for him, he's going to get it.
Beverly, the pass to George. Lets it go with the 3. That one's a miss. His third shot of the game. He's made one of them. Powell against George. A shot by Anthony. Nobody around. From outside, off the mark. And now the Clippers on the break. Morris finds Beverly. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Leonard attacking. And Covington sends it back. Lillard from outside. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. They've led by as much as 10. They get a hand on it and stolen by Lillard. And it's Paul George with the foul. That's his first foul. Here's Lillard. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. He's got 8.
Well, talking about Lillard, he's so good as a scorer in the paint. I mean, probably just as good as any point guard.
So that'll be it for the first half. Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each. Right out of the gates, it was the Clippers setting the tone. They put together some nice offensive stretches and at one point led by as many as 10. And that.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Trailblazers trail by 5. They've got Ivica Zubac. Marcus Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Patrick Beverly. And it's George in at the shooting guard position. That's the group starting the second half for Tyronn Lue. Leonard with no one around. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. Leonard's got his team on the board first here in the second half for the Clippers. Lillard outside. From deep three-point range, here's Nurkic. Kicks it out to Covington. Hands it from downtown.
This is the confidence Covington has in himself. Assertive at shooting right off the pass.
George looking around. Pass to Zubac. Now George. Left side, Leonard. Shoots over Covington. Powell pulls it in.
Oh, their movement is good, and they get the ball into the right hand. Now, usually, he drops those in between jumpers.
And here we go. George heading to the hoop. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. And oh, here we go. Covington's got it. The fast break chance. And here's McCollum for 3. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. McCollum's got 5 now.
A lethal shooter from downtown. McClellan, he enjoys opportunities to pull the trigger.
Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long? McCollum kicks to Covington. Lillard outside. 6 on the shot clock. And another 3 for Portland.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Outside Leonard. The inside shot. And that one barely misses as he draws contact. 2 free throws coming up. Rager, the all-time assist leader for the Big West Conference. In that frame, talk about some of the traits that make for a good floor general, a good point guard, a good facilitator.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you have to be a leader because that's what the position calls for. Unselfishness, instincts, that stuff matters. But ultimately, your teammates got to feel like you play for them. And that's when you have a chance as a team to be special.
I'm assuming you've always been like that. Am I correct?
No, that is not
really?
true.
Wow.
I evolved into a leader. In all seriousness, I think some guys are natural. Others, like myself, had to evolve into it.
And now the Clippers on the break. And here we go. And he gets the bucket. Leonard's got 6 in the quarter.
His energy level has never dropped in this game. I mean, he's working his tail off. And the D is struggling to keep up.
McCollum outside. Jones the pass to Simons. Knocks it loose. Portland needs to get off a shot. Portland no good that time either.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
This isn't like him. And he knows it. The best thing they can do is try to get him more easy looks. Well, that's just a lucky break from deep there. Keep giving him that shot. Bad things will happen.
And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That is his first foul of the game. Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. And that was another look at the aggressive D that led to the mobile 1 block.
And you can see the mindset he has. When the game's this close, he's going to bring it at that end of the floor.
Jackson from long range. That shot no good. And the Trailblazers going the other way. Simons the pass to Carmelo. Kicks it out to McCollum. There's the triple. Cousins pulls it in.
Knowing the kind of competitor he is, I know he's upset with his performance and with the score.
McCollum finds Anthony. Back to McCollum. The pass to Simons. Knocked away. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And the basket by Jackson.
Now, whenever Jackson is driving, the D is nervous. He is just brilliant at completing his drives to the rack.
The 3 from McCollum. Here's Cantor. Gets the bucket and the foul. It's on DeMarcus Cousins.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Portland shooting their first free throw of the game.
One of my favorite trash talkers in the NBA, Cantor, never really shies away from taking jabs at opponents. And I think his teammates like that.
Outside Jackson. 11 feet away, and no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
No, it's quick decision making. You see a guy open, you can't hesitate. That's an outstanding play.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. On the court right now for the Trailblazers. Little out there with Damian Lillard. Then it's Robert Covington. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's Nurkic in at the center, filling out the middle. It's stolen by Little. And now Lillard pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
Wow, the speed of Lillard. So masterful at making decisions in the fast break situations.
Now, here's George. Over in the corner, Batum. George passes to Zubac. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Lillard outside. Here's Covington, and the dunk by Covington.
Oh, man, using that burst of speed to his advantage, Covington looks to drop the hammer whenever he can.
A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now, and George gets it to go.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Coach trusts him to make winning plays down the stretch. I mean, because he's shown that ability time and time and time again.
Here's Nurkic in the corner, Powell with it. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. Jackson's got the ball. Passes to Mann. We're just over a minute and a half now into the fourth. Jackson passes to Zubac. Nurkic with the block.
His coaches and teammates like this type of energy. Nurkic demonstrating that he could be an anchor on the defense.
Back to Covington. And a deep three from Lillard. Gets a hand on it, and Covington stays with it. And the Trailblazers lead by 1.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Here's Jackson. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
He's not the biggest guy on the court, but Jackson doesn't mind getting his hands dirty. He'll take a knock as long as he can get his points out of it.
Here's Lillard. Count the basket. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. A different look now for Portland. Hollis Jefferson's checked in for Robert Covington, and Jones subbed in for Powell. Cullen passes to Nurkic. Kicks it out to Lillard. A three-pointer, no good.
The more threes he misses, the more he wants to take. Where they do that at? That's not the right mindset. He's as surprised as anyone with that, Mitch. When he's left alone like that, you can usually count it.
And good that time. Nurkic has got the lead up to 3 now for the Trailblazers.
Well, this is what you want from Nurkic. A fearless player who welcomes the chance to take important shots.
And Lillard is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. Paul George, he's checked in for the Clippers. Beverly the pass to George. Morris with the ball. Now guarded by Nurkic. And then Cousins with the dunk.
You have to commend the attitude of Cousins, demanding the ball so he can deliver the big basket.
Lillard outside. Banked in off the glass. Lillard's got 6 here in this quarter.
But Lillard, he's an exceptional player. He's a guy you trust to make the right decision in these moments.
Here's George. Whistle blows. Bucket. The coach's challenge has been issued. Post game like this, down to the wire, this is what it's for.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, You really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They have decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to review it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear Terry Stotts talk to his team during that timeout. He knows this has been a hard-fought game. He wanted his guys to just sit down and catch their breath. He said, look, we're right in the game, guys. Let's make a little push here. Let's come out with some bite. Kevin?
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
That's why they put the ball in his hand. They know they can count on him to make crucial shots.
Stolen by Beverly. And here we go. George heading to the hoop. Count it!
And there was a time when folks said George wasn't a clutch shooter. Remember? Not anymore, people.
Lillard, the pass to Hollis Jefferson. Money!
Gives up a lot of size to most other power forwards, but not too many of them can fly like he can.
The game has come down to this.
Huge possession.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Leonard with the ball. Working on Jones. And Cousins kicks to Beverly. Just 5 to shoot. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
And that is just a huge bucket from Beverly. I mean, he just has a knack for coming through in big ways for his squad. Forget about the pressure. He was perfect. No choice but to look for the three.
11 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Lillard outside. Pass to McCollum. It's tipped. So it's Los Angeles taking the W in a close one. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up. And those are the starting lineups. Lots of interest. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us for DA.
Kevin, thanks very much.
Sure is. Thanks, DA. And a look at the status here of both teams' injured players and who will not be in the lineup.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
Now let's take a look at the Nuggets opening lineup. Jokic is out there with Aaron Gordon. Then there's Bull. And it's Rivers. And it's Porter in at the 2. And for the Clippers, we've got Reggie Jackson. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's George in at the 2. And so the Los Angeles Clippers get the first points of the ballgame. Now Rivers. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast. Deep benches tonight, Greg, on both sides. This seems to be a growing trend.
You know, teams are digging deeper than ever before, even getting into the two-way contracts that give you depth past your top 15 guys. One, you're trying to protect the investment in your big-ticket items, your franchise-caliber players, but you got to keep an eye on the future in terms of player development. That's another area where the league has really changed when you look at the makeup of these rosters.
Well said.
Just it's easy to say. This guy wanted it more, creating the second chance opportunity and cashing in.
Rivers kicks to Jokic. Got a piece of it. Gordon the pass to Jokic. Denver keeping it going. A new 14-second clock. Now the Clippers moving it up. Morris with the ball. And it's Gordon picking him up. 2 open that time. Made it look too easy.
You know, outstanding start. You've made 3 of your first 4.
Here's the Nuggets now with the ball. It's a 5-point game. Rivers with it. Jokic high post. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And for Jokic, a slow start to last season, came in heavy, lost over 20 pounds as he played his way into shape. And boy, did he come on strong down the stretch.
Well, we know, Greg, that Jokic is never going to be the most explosive athlete, but some have questioned his conditioning, even his motor. What do you see?
I mean, the crazy thing is, even with those questions, he regularly puts up box scores we haven't seen in half a century. But to win it all, you've got to... That was worth the price of admission.
Wow, the tenacity of Aaron Gordon, the athleticism is just amazing.
Passes it to Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Now, I'll bet even they didn't think the pick would work that well.
No. And they get the major league dunk out of it, too.
My question is, where was the help? Someone rotate over and challenge.
And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That is his first foul of the game. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Leonard. Kennard, he's checked in for Marcus Morris. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Jackson. Denver also making some changes. Paul Millsap's checked in for Bull. JaMychal Green comes in for Jokic. And it's Harrison in for Michael Porter. On up the court. And stolen by Gordon. Green with the ball. And Batum picks him up defensively. Floats it up for Millsap. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Well, the coaching staff loves seeing this kind of playmaking from Austin Rivers, the willingness to share the basketball.
Pass to Batum. Pass to Cousins. Rebound by the Nuggets.
Well, defensively, if you allow him to get this close, you're playing with fire. He just happened to miss that one.
Rivers can't get it to go. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Kennard, the bounce pass. Oturu, the pass to Kennard. Here's Oturu. And the Clippers miss again.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Cousins against Millsap. The pass to Chanshaw. 55 seconds left in the first quarter. The Clippers have gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. And Batum kicks to Kennard. Los Angeles shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one. That free throw good from Kennard. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. There's 42 seconds left here in the first quarter. Here's Morris. Out to the right wing. Millsap inside. He's guarded by Cousins. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From 13. Chanchar, no good.
Well, defenses are content to give up the mid-range, right? It's not the high percentage restricted area or the 3. You can see they're prepared to give up that shot.
And here's Beverly. Lets it fly from 18. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Clippers. And we caught up before the game with Nikola Jokic, who had a...
Southwest, I mean, you need to clear up.
Greg, there are areas of Jokic's game where he probably is the best in the world.
I can't think of a center with better floor vision or better passing ability. His positioning, his angles, his ability to use his size to maximize effectiveness, all at an elite level.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far in the scoreboard. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here. What have they been doing or not doing?
Guys, I love their defense in that first period. They were in position and just challenging shots.
Well, I think they combined great intelligence with great effort, and you can see the results.
We've got DeMarcus Cousins, Patrick Beverly out there with Kennard. Then there's Batum, and it's man in at the 3. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That's his first foul. A different look for Denver. Chanchar's checked in. And Monte Morris subbed in for Michael Porter. Now here's Millsap. Morris left side. Here's the lob to the hoop. They now take the lead. McGee's got the lead up to 1 now for Denver.
Oh, just a picture-perfect alley-oop. You gotta love that one, Kevin.
A little surprised, Greg. He didn't go for the big slam, but it works just the same. Kennard, the pass to Batum. The drive by Cousins. Over in the corner, Beverly. Cousins trying to free himself up. And it's Beverly missing.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Kennard, the pass to Cousins. Chanchar grabs the miss. The Nuggets have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. And that one's good, Harrison. Now it's a 3-point Denver lead.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Outside, Batum. Back to Beverly. Morris inside. Cousins is there.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
It's his first trip to the line.
And going back to his performance at the line last year, guys, 84% as a free throw shooter.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. Greg, who are your favorite players to watch in the NBA?
Boy, that's a tough one. You know, you gotta like the guys that have changed the game in some regards, right? Steph, KD, and Giannis. Those are 3 guys that are just doing things that don't seem normal.
True.
Then others who remind you of past greatness. You know, Jason Tatum with Kobe, or maybe an Anthony Davis with Hakeem. And those are guys that I love. And then the other guy, listen, LeBron James. I could watch him play basketball every day. You know, to do what he's done at this stage of his career, I just think it's incredible. And I think our game is in great shape.
Agree on all counts. Shot clock at 5. Outside for Batum. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
And if they know what's good for them, that's the way they'll defend against him every time he takes the ball in the three-point lane. Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Kennard, the pass to Oturu. And it's sent back by Jokic.
And check out Jokic using not just his length, but also the timing. The offensive player better think twice next time.
The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Nuggets lead by 7.
And getting out in transition has been a big part of this run that they're on.
Passes it to Kennard. On deep. And Bull pulls it down. For Denver, they've gone 5 of 7 from the field here in the second. And Porter, here we go. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Back to Beverly. Now the dish to Cousins. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. And here we go. Nuggets running again. Here's Porter. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
This isn't a tough case to crack. If they want to put an end to this run, they'll need to start getting back on deep.
Pass to Kennard. And it's blocked.
And that massive wingspan coming into play there. Ball uses it to perfection to block shots.
Clippers trail by 9. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Porter, no luck. LA's got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Well, he's attacking, he's forcing the issue, and that's simply stated a terrific play.
And Batum brings length and a versatile game to his spot on the wing, and his defense always a big asset for this team. He's the kind of player that everybody needs to have out there, kind of a glue guy.
Porter, they get the rebound. Green, and so it's Denver with their lead step. Thanks, David, and we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter under.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, a pretty close game for the Nuggets throughout the first quarter. They were always within striking distance. And that'll about do it as we get ready.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. The Nuggets leading by 6. Second half underway. Here's who Mike Malone's got on the floor. Cole is out there with Jokic. And it's Rivers. Then it's Michael Porter. And it's Gordon in at the 3, the small forward. Here's Jokic. And good. And it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down.
Nice touch on the jump shot. Jokic's shooting ability changes his team's definition of spacing.
Jackson finds Zubac. Now Morris. Back to Zubac. Morris passes to Zubac. Clock at 4. The Clippers need to get off a shot. No good that time. Now the Nuggets take it the other way.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard. The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Leonard against Gordon. 13 feet away. And Bull pulls it down. Bull's got his 4th rebound in this one. The shake. The Clippers grab the miss.
Well, this is a night you look at your teammates and tap them on the back and say, good job, because for him, he's been struggling all night.
Kicks it out to Leonard. And the Clippers miss again.
Boy, yet another missed opportunity here. Whatever they talked about at halftime, it's not working.
Hard to fathom, but he is really fluid in terms of getting up and down the floor. Bol making himself a capable threat all over the floor.
Here's George. Nails the baby hook. George has got 5 points so far.
After an ugly 0 for 4 to start the half, they get one to fall.
Now Rivers. Pass to Gordon. Floats it up for Jokic.
Boy, don't you love to see Aaron Gordon make these kinds of decisions. This guy is fully capable of recognizing open teammates.
The three from George. That shot is off. And the Nuggets going the other way. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. It's hauled in by George.
Well, when you've been struggling as he has, you love that your teammates have really stepped up and taken the challenge.
Leonard, no luck.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And a tough season a year ago for Aaron Gordon, Doris. Fell short of the output he had the last few years and had a tough time hitting from the outside.
You know, Greg, you're an former NBA player, so you know the history here. Trying to find a rhythm while fighting through injuries is very difficult to do. This guy's got unbelievable athleticism. He's sharpening his skills. I think it's just a matter of time for Aaron Gordon. There's a real knack for understanding when a guy is uncovered, and Paul George's court awareness on display right there. Beautiful.
1:31 left in the third. Rivers kicks to Jokic. And Jokic slams it in.
Sometimes he seems to be indestructible with the finishes he can make. Jokic is a force down low.
George against Porter. George with the bucket.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
Now the pass to Jokic. Stolen by Jackson. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Jackson's got 5. And it's Rivers with the ball. He brings it up for the Denver Nuggets. 10-point lead. There's 31 seconds left in the third quarter. He kicks it to Gordon. 6 to shoot. Lob pass to Gordon. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Inside, here's Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
There's just so much force that Kawhi plays with. It is what allows him to rise up and put it down with authority.
Rivers scanning the floor. And the layup's good off the glass. And the Nuggets lead by 10.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
To me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
The third quarter comes to a close. The Nuggets on top. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Our fourth quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. So for the Clippers right now, Patrick Beverly out there with Luke Kennard. Then there's Batum. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. And it's Oturu in a power forward position. Batum passes to Cousins. Kennard up top from 20 feet out. Bounce pass from Beverly. Beyond the arc. Denver grabs the miss. They've led by as many as 14 points. Stolen by Beverly. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Passes it to Kennard. On the wing, Batum. Back to Kennard. A 3-ball. Los Angeles with another miss.
He's so frustrated. Hasn't had a make all game. It's making it very difficult for them to find any success.
Morris outside. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Feeds it to McGee. Yep, that one goes in there. McGee's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for the Nuggets.
And what a half for this offense. If they can stay this hot, a great chance to extend this lead.
Beverly deciding where to go with it. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Cousins. Back to Beverly. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. A fantastic mobile one block. This one deserves another look.
And guys, that's about as good a defensive play as you'll see. Instant reaction to get a hand to the shot.
For the Clippers, Marcus Morris is checked in for Batum. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Luke Kennard. And George is subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. Los Angeles making a switch here. Zubats is checked in. And then for Denver, JaVale McGee's checked in for Green. Jokic subbed in for Paul Millsap. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, guys, I was able to catch what Mike Malone said to his team. His demeanor was not one of a coach whose team was well ahead. He said this is the time to turn up the heat, make one final push, and try to close out strong. See if they were listening, guys.
A key rebound there, but they can do a little better on the glass here down the stretch.
That's a shot he makes with regularity, but that time the defense up to the challenge.
A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Porter dishes to Gordon. Over George. And the shot is long. Clippers trail by 9. Now the Clippers moving it up. And finished off by Leonard.
Quick job of getting up the floor and creating early offense.
You don't give the defense any chance to set up. Sometimes you just love an easy look.
Here's Harrison. Fires for 3. The Nuggets with another miss. And so George will bring it up for the Clippers. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Morris is checked in for Harrison. Outside Leonard over Morris. And it's good off the back rim and in.
Let's remember this is a former Finals MVP. He will not blink in the biggest of moments.
Fourth quarter of play and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Morris against George. Morris outside. Denver needs to get off the shot. McGee, that shot off. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Leonard with no one around. No good on the 3. The Nuggets have gone just 1 of 6 from the field to start the fourth quarter. A bit of a slowdown for them right now. Porter kicks to Morris. Pass to McGee. And that one is good.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
And as a result, they may be facing just a little bit less resistance right now. They are having their way.
Up again. Good. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
No moment ever too big for the big man, DeMarcus Cousins. Go ahead, sir.
Morris passes to McGee. Kicks it to Gordon. And a wide open look for Porter. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
What a terrific play by just a tremendous all-around player. This guy makes it look easy.
Not enough ticks left on the clock to save them tonight.
I'll tell you, it's never an easy point in the game, knowing whatever you do, you're still coming away with the L.
And the pass to Morris. From deep three-point range. So we see Denver get the win here. This was a very... All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. bronze likeness of Lakers great Magic Johnson that can be found just outside the front door of our location today, the Staples Center. 2K Sports brings you, and they'll have some minutes to make up for with an injury in their roster.
Compensating for the absence of a key player can be difficult, but they've got to hold strong.
So let's take a look at the starters for the Dallas Mavericks. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Luka Doncic out there with Richardson. And it's Hardaway in at the small forward position. And for the Clippers, Marcus Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then it's Paul George. And it's Zubac in at the 5, roaming the paint. Terrific, talented backcourts tonight, Greg. Did it ever add anything for you playing across another top-level guard?
Listen, it raises the stakes, no doubt about it. You always want the opportunity to play against the best because you want to see where you stand. But in the end, even when you know a guy's better than you, and you're going to have that be the case a lot of nights, you still know that you will have an ability to impact the outcome when it comes to winning. And that's where you have to keep your focus.
Love the unselfishness of Beverley. I mean, when he sees his teammate wide open, he quickly gets him the ball.
Kleba kicks to Porzingis. Hits from the high post.
One of the things you've got to admire and respect about him is his aggressiveness at the offensive end, always in attack mode.
Here's Leonard, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
And he's got the athleticism and strength to be a powerful presence inside. Leonard never afraid to get in and mix it up down low.
Now here's Doncic. The shot by Kleba, wide open. Had the space there, but it's offline. Here's Beverley. It's rebounded by Doncic.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him. And I remember when Doncic was first asked, who is your favorite player? And, boy, he did not hesitate. LeBron James.
Hey, Greg, for guys of his generation, that would be the answer for 80 to 90% of it, and with good reason. How about these quotes from Doncic? He said, if I dunk on LeBron, I can retire. But I like this one a little better. He said, LeBron can play in a lot of different positions. I can too. But for me to be like LeBron, I have to work much harder. That's a guy who knows his stuff.
The Clippers have gone 2 of 6 from the field. Leonard. Another miss by Leonard.
He's certainly been cold this quarter, guys, but trying to shoot his way back into a groove.
Richardson kicks to Doncic. Puts up a 3. Hits the three-point bomb.
Boy, you better get out there on this guy. Doncic is prime time for real from that three-point line.
Pass to Zubac. On the wing, George. Porzingis with the block, but they'll get another chance. And so Doncic will bring it up for the Mavericks. 3-point lead. Offensive rebound. Nice shot by Porzingis.
You know, fellas, I like the aggressiveness Porzingis is showing on the glass. I mean, getting good positioning and using that big body when shots go up. That's why he's boarding it well.
Now here's Leonard. Good.
It works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Doncic against Beverley. Now here's Doncic. D right on him. Clippers trail by 3. Here's George. Picked off in midair. Here's Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
You don't see many big guys run the floor like this, do you? I mean, Porzingis special.
Passes to Beverley. Now Zubac. No points in the game yet for him. Now here is George. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Yeah, excellent determination there from George. This wasn't going to be denied. Fighting off the physical contact and nailing the shot over good defense.
Now here's Doncic. Porzingis trying to get free. And it's Doncic missing. And now here's George. The fast break opportunity. Plays it up and banks it in. George has got his second bucket.
And George is very good in how he leaks out in transition, times it perfectly, and really creates high percentage shots for himself as a result.
Here's Doncic. And now the Clippers on the break. Morris with the ball. Feeds to Beverly. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist.
Tremendous focus from the little man, Patrick Beverly there.
And here is Doncic. Pass to Kleba. Here's Doncic. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. All right, well, look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Clippers.
Well, they've come out of that locker room with the hot hand. Those jumpers have been falling for them.
Yeah, also something I like out of them so far, they're throwing their bodies around in the paint, and the physicality is taking its toll.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the floor for Dallas, Willie Cauley-Stein is out there with Dwight Powell. Then there's J.J. Redick. Then it's Jalen Brunson. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3 spot.
Boy, Powell showing you great aggressiveness that time, fighting hard to come up with that offensive rebound.
Brunson against Jackson. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
And a 5-star recruit coming out of high school. Powell had an excellent college career, yet he fell to the second round of the draft. Didn't even hear his name called as he was selected during a commercial break.
Now here's Batum following the missed shot by Willie Cauley-Stein.
Wide open, and still, surprisingly, he wasn't able to cash in.
And stolen by Cousins. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That's on J.J. Redick.
And Batum, a very good free throw shooter. Smart of him to seek contact.
Trey Burks checked in for Jalen Brunson. And G.A., even when he did arrive to the NBA, it took Powell a while to latch on.
You know, traded a couple times in his first year. He was assigned and recalled 10 times in about a month with Boston's D-League affiliate. Finally found a home in Dallas. Everything turned around from that point forward.
And Cousins gets it to go.
Hey, DeMarcus Cousins is really an effective guy inside. Give him the ball.
Burke with it. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Looking at current NBA players, Greg, leaving aside the real star players, who would you love to have played with from this era?
Man, there's so many guys that, you know, and I hate to call them role players because they bring so much more to the table, but in reality, they got to fill some roles, right? And, you know, John Collins is a guy who's got great potential, a tremendous finisher around the rim. How about Robert Covington, a smooth shooter who defends his tail off? Davis Bertans, a deadly floor spacer who can put the ball down and create and make plays. So there's so many guys like that in the league that make a difference in determining whether your team can win or lose.
Boy, those are 3 names I don't know that I would have mentioned, so I'm glad you did.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
He rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish.
Guys, they're not backing off at all, are they?
Now, here's Redick. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Here's Batum. The pass to Kennard. Off target from outside.
Boy, this is bad. Tough to watch. I mean, this is really bad. He's stone cold this quarter. Man.
Cauley-Stein finds Powell. Not as good in the Los Angeles leads. Cut down to just 3 in the basket from Finney Smith.
You know, maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot that D can afford to give him.
Man passes to Cousins. And the rejection by Cauley-Stein. Batum for 3. The Mavericks pull it in. 1:37 left now here in the second. And Reddick kicks to Finney-Smith. Outside for Reddick. He dishes it to Burke. Shot clock at 6. The drive by Reddick. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Hacked and still knocked it down. Nice composure. And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Porzingis is checked in for Dwight Powell. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Josh Richardson's checked in for J.J. Redick. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Burke. Now here's Beverly. On the wing, George. 1:03 left in the first half. On the wing, George. Beverly, the pass to George. No good off the back of the rim. And it's Porzingis with the ball. He'll bring it up to the Mavericks. Richardson kicks to Doncic. From outside the arc. But they get it back. Outside Hardaway. Shot clock reset for Dallas. Richardson against Leonard. Richardson, no luck. LA's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Back to Leonard. Over Richardson. And again, no good by the Clippers.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
The battle to a standstill on the boards has really been something to watch. The game's not over yet. We'll see if one of these teams maintains more energy than the other going down the stretch.
Tie game in Los Angeles.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello back. And Kenny, like Kawhi Leonard, Paul George doesn't show a whole lot of emotion. And that does it for our...
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. It's been quite a game for Porzingis.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
We've got Patrick Beverly. Ivica Zubac is out there with Morris. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's George in at the shooting guard position. That's the group starting the second half for Tyronn Lue.
And, you know, Beverly is easily one of the most tenacious defenders in the league. An absolute pest of epic proportion. Love his energy.
Porzingis. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Zubac has got 6 rebounds in the game.
And known as a tremendous shooter for his size, Porzingis wasn't quite as accurate last season, which surprised some people.
Yeah, and you know, Greg, some people would automatically assume that because Doncic attracts so much attention that Porzingis would get more wide open looks. But you got to remember, Porzingis missed a full season and was coming off an injury and needed to reacclimate himself to NBA gameplay. So that takes usually a season plus another season before you're all the way back. You know, he's the 3rd pick in the 2018 draft, guys, and Doncic seems poised to dominate this league for a lot of years.
Now, here is George. About 1 minute played here in the second half. Beverly against Doncic. Takes it out to Leonard. Lets it go. No good. Now Dallas takes it the other way.
You know, even though they have the lead, you can tell he's frustrated with himself that he's not doing more.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And, you know, you can sense his frustration. This is going to be a test of his resolve here.
And busting it up the floor. Leonard showing a lot of energy on the fast break. If there's one thing he doesn't lack, it's hustle.
Now, here's Doncic. 5 points in the game. Shot is good in the Los Angeles leads. Cut down now to just 2 points with that basket from Kristaps Porzingis. Bounce pass from Beverly. To the paint. And he banks in the layup. Beverly's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, I love the court awareness from Kawhi there. Dependable at getting it to his uncovered teammates.
And Doncic gets it to go.
And, you know, coaches will take possessions like that all day long. Phenomenal use of the screen there.
Morris outside. Back to Beverly. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Down low. Here's Oturu. Here's Cousins. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And the Clippers lead by 4.
And offensively, they seem to have turned a corner.
Yeah, I don't know if it's coincidence or not, but a much better half since they changed hoops. And they're really looking strong here.
Here's Finney Smith. There's the dish to Powell. Over Cousins. It's hauled in by Beverly. Clippers leading by 4. Here's Oturu. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. He lobs it up. Out of bounds. The Clippers take possession. Greg, I think of you in a New York Knicks uniform, legendary arena you played in. What was that experience like?
Kevin, intense. I remember the first time I suited up in a preseason game. We played the Dallas Mavericks. Both teams went up and down the court 3 times and nobody scored, and the fans started booing. And that's when I knew this is a little bit different. You better bring your A game.
And thicker skin, correct?
That too, yeah. And fortunately, there was no social media or internet back then. Goodness gracious.
Boy, you look at the defense, not nearly the hustle or energy at that end of the floor. It's the exact opposite of what it was in the first half.
Brunson finds Redick. Connects on the 17-footer. Redick's got his first points in this one.
You know, Redick has a solid in-between game, and I like seeing him work that shot into his game from time to time.
Jackson passes to Kennard. Shoots over Kirk, and he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
Now here's Brunson. Porzingis, that's a 2. Kennard with the rebound. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Clippers. They lead by 6, their biggest margin. The Mavericks have gone an even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8. And that one's good.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
Now Jackson. To the inside, Cousins, and Cousins throws it down.
That's not too difficult for DeMarcus Cousins now. I like that he doesn't settle for the layup there. Instead, throws it down.
And so it's Los Angeles with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. Defensively, they have gotten after it, contesting. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard. Put the pass right on the money.
Terrific versatility coming from a big man. Not something that the majority of big guys possess.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. On the floor for Dallas, Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Josh Richardson out there with Doncic. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3. All free throws good from Doncic.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Yeah, they're making the most of their opportunities at the stripe, and they'll need to keep it up to take the lead.
Richardson against Kennard. It's rebounded by Doncic. Doncic has got 4 rebounds now tonight.
And, you know, even though they're on top, they're winning. I mean, they could use more from him, trying to shut the door on this one.
Here's Porzingis. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
Boy, the coaching staff loves seeing this. I mean, Porzingis being active and effective from this area here.
The drive by Jackson. Here's Cousins. And that basket's going to count, folks. And the coach's challenge has been issued. Close game like this, each bucket so critical.
And with this type of goaltending review process, one thing to keep in mind is that the rule states, quote, in order to overturn the event as called on the floor, there must be clear and conclusive visual evidence that the call was incorrect.
And so, Greg, if via replay there is any level of ambiguity, it makes sense that the original ruling would stay. But in that event, the coach has used up his one and only coach's challenge for the game. So, as you can tell, a lot riding on when you choose to use it. And so the decision is in. NBA Replay Center has ruled, guys. The call stands on the goaltend.
And maybe the only downside is that you use up your one coach's challenge for the game. So if anything happens beyond this point, you might wish you had that back. Smart not to take any chances and give it another look on the replay. That's such a valuable safety net for the officials to have.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, I heard Rick Carlisle during that last break talking with the team. He said, guys, we don't want to play hero ball. We don't want to take threes that aren't there. There are better options when you run the offense all the way through. Kevin, we'll see if they can make that adjustment.
Thank you, David. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for Los Angeles.
Guys, their play close to the hoop has been great all game.
Yeah, they've also done a great job of playing in space, getting out in transition every opportunity.
Here's Doncic. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Morris has got 5 rebounds tonight. From past the arc, Porzingis with the rebound. Porzingis has got 6 rebounds in the game. And he's going up for the alley-oop. It's stolen by Morris. Pass to Leonard. Back to George. 18 feet out. And good. He nails it. George has got the lead up to 7 now for Los Angeles.
And that kind of awareness from George is really exceptional. Catching the defense flat-footed by rising up immediately on the catch.
Here's Doncic. And he hits the jump shot.
How impressive is Doncic? This guy is incredible at stepping up in big moments.
Outside Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
A one-man show offensively, and that's almost always good news for his team.
Here's Doncic. Basket good. Doncic has got 12 points here in the second half.
You know, as I watch Doncic, I think it's futile to try to distract this guy. His focus and concentration and control of himself is excellent.
Doncic with the steal. Down goes basket number 6 for him this game. He's taken 12 shots and made half of them.
Doncic showing you his ability to finish. I really respect his aggressiveness in taking it to the hoop and handling contact.
George hacks a 2-pointer and off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him.
Hey, when you got a player like George, in these moments, you turn to him. He knows how to deliver in the clutch.
Here's Doncic, and it's Dallas with another.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
You know, they want the ball in his hands here because they trust him to hit all the big shots.
Leonard looking over the floor. He scores his 6th bucket from the floor with that one. He's chopped the ball 11 times.
And guys, that's the man you want with the ball in his hands on that critical possession. Kawhi being his best in the biggest moments.
Here's Hardaway. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls.
Yeah, he's got a great motor, Hardaway Jr. He does not need to be pushed to step up in big moments. He relishes it.
Leonard against Hardaway. Leonard the pass to Zubats. Nice D from Porzingis. And the Mavericks with possession here. And there's the call on Patrick Beverley. That's his first foul. So for the Clippers, DeMarcus Cousins comes in for Ivica Zubats. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Patrick Beverley. And Dallas with a change here too. Finney Smith's checked in. Back to Doncic. Just 5 on the clock. And stolen by Cousins. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That's his first foul. George against Richardson. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. And George kicks to Morris. That falls. Nice speed that time from George. And the Clippers lead by 6.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
And, you know, until that final buzzer sounds, I mean, you've got to treat every possession like it's crucial.
No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. Gets the 3 to fall.
No fear or hesitation in the eyes of Doncic. He loves it.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now.
Kevin, thanks very much.
Portland is indeed one of the great cities in the NBA. David, thank you. Looking now at the lineups for both teams tonight. Some names out of action.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. They've got Morris. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Zubats in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for the Trailblazers, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Norman Powell. And it's Cantor in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now George, following the three-point attempt by C.J. McCollum. Plenty of experience, Greg, on the floor tonight. How does that shape what we're about to see, do you think?
You know, Kevin, this is one of those games where guys are going to be smart out on the floor. They're going to be in the right positions to make plays. And honestly, this could come down to who makes the bigger, tougher shots.
And here's George, after Damian Lillard was able to get the 3 to go. Back to George. Clock at 6. And the wide open shot from Morris. No good on the triple. Portland's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Here's Lillard. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. And George kicks to Leonard. Good D by McCollum.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession. Well defended that time. He's a shooter that the D has to close down on quickly when he's ready to pull the trigger.
just 1 for 5 from the field now. I mean, they've come out flat. They need to pick up the energy.
Lillard finds McCollum. Doesn't go for him. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. Leonard, the pass to Beverly. Hangs. That falls. Nice feed that time from George.
And the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
McCollum dishes to Lillard. They get the rebound. Cantor kicks to Covington. Back to McCollum. Stolen by George. Leonard on the wing. Outside, George. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. Beverly for 3. C.J. McCollum comes up with the rebound. Trailblazers have gotten only 1 of 6 shots to drop for them to start this game. Cantor, the pass to Covington. That 3 off the mark. For Los Angeles, they've gone just 2 of 7 so far. A little bit of a slow start for them. Beverly against Lillard. Beverly, the pass to Zubac. Got a piece of it.
We don't talk much about his defense. I mean, Cantor has been much maligned for his work at that end. He's been making a better effort.
It's good. Lillard's got 5.
Oh, the movement off the ball is good. I mean, and the pass to hit him in stride is even better.
Pass to Beverly. A minute 50 left here in the opening quarter. And George kicks to Beverly. Back to George. Just 5 to shoot. And the Clippers miss again. Portland leading. A 3 from McCollum. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Morris. Nurkic checked in for Portland. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. Here's Lillard. 5 points in the game. Anthony on the wing. Releases. Portland no good that time either.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Outside, Batum. And then Cousins with the dunk.
This is the kind of teammate Batum is. You like seeing him share it like this.
Lillard outside. Off target with his 3.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
A different look now for Portland. Harry Giles is checked in for Norman Powell. Derek Jones comes in for McCollum. And it's Simons in for Lillard. Jones. It's tipped.
And Batum has arms that go on forever and ever and ever, which is why he's so dangerous when it comes to shot blocking.
And the call will be against Yusuf Nurkic. That's his first foul. Picked him clean.
And they're losing their concentration here, guys. Just sloppy with the ball.
Guys back and forth this first half.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
Now here's Jackson. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Pass to Cousins. Kennard with the ball. Back to Jackson. And oh, he hits the buzzer beater.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the clock.
And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Clippers lead by 1. And we'll be back shortly.
I look to the times where
Greg, he's certainly a gentleman in victory and defeat.
You know, Lillard takes the L as a learning opportunity. Sure, it stings, but he also knows it can make them stronger if they use it right.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Clippers, guys. What are your thoughts?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
No question. It's been stifling thus far, preventing that offense from establishing any kind of rhythm.
They've got Jones. Anthony is out there with Nurkic. Then there's McCollum, and it's Simons in at the 1. That's the group on the floor for Portland. McCollum passes to Nurkic. Out to Anthony. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation. The Clippers trail. Jackson looking around. Pass to Kennard. And here is Cousins. Six on the shot clock. Back to Kennard. Off target from three-point range. And Simons has got the ball here for Portland. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. Here's Jackson. Nurkic with the block.
A defensive anchor. I mean, you got to admire how Nurkic uses his wingspan to turn shots back.
And Portland turns it over again.
That's just a needless giveaway. You got to make the defense work for their turnovers.
Robert Covington's checked in for Portland. Jackson passes to Kennard. Inside. And Cousins kicks to Kennard. Back to Cousins. The pass to Kennard. Over McCollum. They get it back.
Just focusing on the task at hand. That's all you can do.
Oh, you know what it is. One play at a time. That's got to be the mindset, especially in such a tight game.
Simons, the pass to Nurkic. Nice D from Cousins.
Nothing less than that kind of defense will cut it against them. That's just great work inside.
Here's Oturu. And the 3 off target. Portland trailing here. Simons, the pass to McCollum. Down low. Portland moving the ball around. When you look at the balance of power between players and teams, Greg, does it feel like the players now have more say, more control than they used to?
No doubt. We're seeing more players demand trades, sign shorter contracts with opt-outs. And the irony of that is, in my era, our best players were fearful for the length of their contracts or the life.
And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Pass to Cousins. Outside Jackson. Rebound by Nurkic.
Got to practice that one a little bit more. I think Coach will have some words for him at the next break.
Simons, the pass to McCollum. Kicks it out to Covington. A three-pointer off the mark. Clippers trail by 4. Here's Batum. Here's Oturu. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Carmelo Anthony comes in for Derek Jones. Powell, he's checked in for McCollum. And Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Morris is checked in for Cousins. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Nicholas Batum. George is checked in for Luke Kennard. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Reggie Jackson. Anthony dishes to Covington. Three-pointer, Lillard. The Trailblazers rebound. Kanter kicks to Anthony. Pass to Lillard. Tries again. And it's good on the layup. Lillard's got the lead up to 4 now for Portland.
Well, Lillard is used to getting pushed around. Got to admire how he muscles it in regardless.
George passes to Morris. Here's the three. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. And oh, here we go. Lillard's got it, the fast break chance. Anthony dishes to Powell. Lillard outside. From deep. Again, the miss by Lillard.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
Here's Morris. That shot, no good. Good D by Covington. Here's the lob to Lillard. Rondo with some nice D. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive. Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
It is a good game. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. Some good action during the period as it was. And that should.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Leonard in at the 3 spot. Drops in the layup for 2. Leonard's got the opening bucket to start the second half for the Clippers.
What strength from Leonard there, not allowing the defense to get the best of it.
Here's Powell. And it's out of bounds to Portland. They'll retain possession.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
Appreciate the effort, though, making his presence felt defensively.
Oh, and that's just a great defensive effort there by Beverly. He is all hustle.
Morris finds Beverly. Out to Morris. And Robert Covington picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Second half rolling along now. About a minute played here. And George with the stuff.
And I just love the aggressiveness from George. Just slicing apart the defense with that terrific ability to penetrate.
McCollum outside. So the wing on the left. Kicks it out to Covington. It's stolen by Morris. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Leonard attacking. Back to Zubac. And that won't go. Missing the go-ahead bucket. Pushing it up. And a wide open look for McCollum. Gets the three-pointer to fall. McCollum's got 8 points.
And sometimes McCollum is automatic from there. You can't win this shot if you're in the deep.
This is it to Leonard. Back to George. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Off target at the rim. Here's Covington, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Now it's a 5-point Trailblazer lead. And so George will bring it up for Los Angeles. And there's the pass to Leonard. Buries the long-range jumper. Leonard's got 5 points in the quarter.
And the reflexes are just key. Kawhi is already anticipating that shot before he even gets the ball.
And that one's good. Lillard.
They lost their edge on D here in the second half. I mean, far too passive. They're not dictating the pace anymore.
Beverly against Lillard. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's on Damian Lillard.
Well, in overtime, Beverly has established himself as just a defensive specialist, juggernaut, an absolute pest who plays his tail off on both ends of the floor.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Nurkic checked in for Enes Kanter. Harry Giles comes in for Robert Covington. Carmelo Anthony, he's checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Derek Jones in for C.J. McCollum. Lillard from outside. The shot, no good. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. to the inside. We've got 1:48 left here in the third quarter. Kennard, the pass to Oturu. Got a hand on it, and he gets it back. 2 points. That one goes. Oturu's got his second bucket of the game to go. The Trailblazers have gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter, 50% from the field. The shot by Lillard, wide open. The offensive rebound, and staying with the play, Anthony. And the Trailblazers lead by 3.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
And Beverly kicks to Kennard. Can't tie it up as that one's no good.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
And finished off by Nurkic.
Oh, and all Nurkic needs is good positioning. Once he has this, dunking is easy.
That one good for 2.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
51 seconds left to play in the third. Oturu, the pass to Beverly. Ball's knocked loose and stolen by Lillard. From the arc, Cousins pulls it in.
And he has been ice cold from beyond the arc here since halftime, and he continues yet to fire away. He has got to tone it down if he wants to help his team.
And here we go with Anthony running it up the court. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Nobody near Nurkic. And Portland again with the bucket.
What good positioning by Nurkic. I mean, he has the shot all picked out. Just needed that feed.
Kennard for 3. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Outside, Jones. Here's Lillard. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. And so it's Portland ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. The defensive work that... And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. Clippers trail by 9. They've got Powell. Derek Jones is out there with Anthony. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic, and it's Simons in at the point. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
Punishing the rim there. When George makes up his mind he's going to dunk it, there is not much you can do.
Jones against Leonard. Back to Nurkic. And finished off by Nurkic. And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
That one goes in.
He's not the biggest guy on the court, but Jackson doesn't mind getting his hands dirty. He'll take a knock as long as he can get his points out of it.
McCollum outside. Pass to Simons. And the rejection by Zubats. And now the fast break. George with the ball. An easy 2 points on the layup. George has got 4 this quarter.
There you see why you want the ball in Jackson's hands as much as possible. He can clearly set the table.
And here is Powell. Here's the floater. Now the Clippers moving it up. Up top, Leonard. to the paint, stolen by Cantor. And now Portland on the break. Covington with the ball. McCollum with the ball. Guarded now by Jackson. McCollum dishes to Covington. Shot from 6. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
You can't be too physical with Covington. He's tough. He's athletic, and he knows how to force the issue.
And the Clippers call time here.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
Yeah, they might be pressing a little. I mean, forcing some things. This is a good opportunity to calm everyone down.
For the Trailblazers, Jones checked in for Powell, and Damian Lillard is subbed in for Anthony Simons. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Patrick Beverly comes in for Reggie Jackson. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, during the last break, I heard Tyronn Lue talking with his team. He told his guys, tempo, more tempo. You've got to be quicker into transition. Push the ball. Let's get some opportunities before their defense can set up. Kevin, back to you.
Right side, Leonard. Takes it from 10. Another one falls for the Clippers.
An elite scorer in today's game. Leonard is consistent at staying aggressive on the offensive end.
McCollum passes to Lillard. He feeds it to Cantor. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. And the Trailblazers lead by 7.
Well, you have to appreciate the ball movement and the commitment to getting a high percentage look.
Back to George. Another one falls for the Clippers.
And guys, George takes pride in hitting big shots. Just get him the ball and let him do his thing.
Beverly against Lillard. The feed to Cantor. Kicks it out to Lillard. 5 to shoot. Over Beverly. Lillard misses.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
Yeah, he just hit a rough patch. He's trying to climb out of it, but it hasn't been successful.
He wants the ball. They want him to have the ball. And as usual, he comes through in the clutch.
1:24 left in the fourth quarter. Pass to Ganner. And it's McCollum in the corner. Cousins pulls it in. Cousins has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Stolen by Cantor. And now Covington running the floor all by himself.
Absolute ball. When the game is up for grabs, Covington wants to be the guy to take it.
George dishes to Leonard. "13 feet away. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
Yeah, and those second chance points can add up. And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That is his first foul of the game. So for the Trailblazers, Yusuf Nurkic comes in for Enes Kanter. And it's Powell in for Jones. It's McCollum on the wing, defended by George. Shot clock at 6. Powell kicks to Nurkic. Money!
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
That's why they put the ball in his hands. They know they can count on him to make crucial shots.
George against McCollum. Takes it out to Leonard. And here's George for 3. It falls! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within 1.
And there was a time when folks said George wasn't a clutch shooter. Remember? Not anymore, people.
And so he drops them both. It's a 3-point game.
Those free throws make things a little more simpler right now. They just have to guard against the three-pointer.
Back to Leonard. This would tie it. Oh, he couldn't make that shot go to force overtime. All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us on 2K Sports. NBA action is both teams tonight dealing with some injuries. Here's a look at who's out for the evening.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Paul George. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Oturu in at the power forward position. And for Denver, Gordon out there with Jokic. Then it's Michael Porter. Then there's Austin Rivers. And it's McGee in at the pivot, manning the middle. Greg, in terms of personnel, not exactly the matchups we were expecting to see tonight.
You know, Kev, with all the injuries and some guys now having to step into unfamiliar roles, in some ways that makes tonight all the more intriguing to see which guys are going to step up and deliver.
George passes to Leonard. There's the pass to Oturu. Back to Leonard. From the line, and good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
If you can't get Leonard a look inside, this is the next best thing. Terrific touch from mid-range.
Rivers passes to Gordon. Now, here's Jokic. Releases from 15. Jump shot is good that time.
And this team looking to get him the ball and get him in rhythm quickly.
Because he's someone that you lean on at the offensive end. Establish him early.
Leonard the pass to Oturu. Porter with the steal. Morris against Gordon. Passes it to Rivers. McGee with it. Lets it fly. Oturu with the rebound. Just over a minute and a half played here in this one. Leonard kicks to Morris. Takes a three. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
I mean, a great look by Kawhi. Aware of what the defense is trying to do. Understands the spacing.
And guys, even though he's in a big market, Kawhi Leonard still not one for the spotlight.
That is so true. It's not about the fame for him. He's in L.A., but Kawhi Leonard stays in his bubble. All the trappings that come with being a great player, he's truly focused on the love of the game, winning and being the best possible player he can be.
Morris passes to Leonard. The Clippers keep it alive. Another shot, and Zubac puts it in.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Reason why, lack of focus, lack of communication, which led to second chance points.
Rivers kicks to Jokic. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
And this is where Jokic is most comfortable. The closer he is to the rim, the more effective he becomes.
Zubac finds George. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. Morris inside, defended by Gordon. Just 5 on the clock. The Clippers need to get off a shot.
Once he gets the ball there, you expect him to capitalize. That was a missed opportunity.
Odd pass to Gordon. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Out of nowhere, Gordon just soaring in there, and that athleticism carries him straight to the hoop.
Here's George. Pass to Oturu. That one's no good. 0 of 1 to begin the game. And so it's Rivers with it. He'll bring it up for Denver. Oh, that was something else.
I mean, wonderful court vision. Sometimes Rivers gets locked in to finding his own shot. This time, finds the open man.
Oturu, the pass to Morris. Los Angeles with another miss. The Nuggets leading by 3. It's stolen by Morris. Here's George. Zubac trying to break loose. George with the bucket.
Excellent concentration from Paul George, overwhelming the aggressive defense with his strength and determination.
Rivers dishes to Gordon. 46 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. It's deflected. It's stolen by Morris. They're running. Up the floor. Here's Zubac. Pass to George. Leonard on the wing. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. Leonard's got 5 now.
What I like about Kawhi's shot, no matter the distance, always seems to be on balance.
Rivers against George. The pass to Jokic. Lets the 3 fly. Oturu with the rebound. And the Clippers another fast break opportunity here. And the wide open shot from Morris. And another 3 for the Clippers.
Well, Paul knows the defense is locked in on him, so he takes advantage and finds the open man.
And we reach the end of the first quarter. Clippers ahead. Finishing the quarter on a tremendous 8-0 run. Earlier tonight, we spoke with Paul George about how they've integrated all the talent.
Everybody has a chip on their shoulder. Everybody wants to win.
Greg, that last point is key. This team plays lockdown defense.
And that's a big part of their identity. Most teams talk about being well balanced. This team lives it.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
You know this, the team that dictates the pace typically rules the roost. We see that here early on.
Here are the 5 the Clippers have to start the second. We've got Patrick Beverley. Batum is out there with Patrick Patterson. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Cousins in its center. Gordon finds Porter. Shoots over Batum. Kicks it out to Gordon. Pass to Jokic. 6 to shoot. Over Cousins. And Jokic gets it to go. The assist by Gordon. 8 points for him.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed. Never in a hurry.
Pass to Kennard. Back to Beverley. Feeds to Cousins. It's held in by Jokic. The Nuggets trail by 5. Here's Millsap, and he lays it straight in.
Millsap confident attacking off the dribble.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Man's checked in. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Patrick Beverley.
Paul Millsap, not the biggest, but he can get up and down.
Now, here's Kennard. Tight defense on him. Count that one. And the Clippers lead by 3.
Beautiful location on the pass, as usual. Led his man perfectly. Promising start for Luke Kennard. End up missing extended minutes with injuries. Hopefully, he can stay healthy this go-around.
And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That's his first foul. Patterson, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Patrick Beverley comes in for Rajon Rondo. And stolen by Patterson. Now the Clippers moving it up. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Fires the 3. Denver grabs the miss.
And Kennard's moving into the starting lineup for the first time last season.
And to add to that, he had a larger role offensively. And at the same time, his efficiency increased. That's a good sign.
Beverly against Morris. And then Cousins with the dunk.
We know Beverly's ability as a defender, but don't underestimate his ability as a distributor. He has good vision.
Beverly against Morris. The dish to Millsap. And the rejection by Cousins.
Great anticipation by DeMarcus. His instincts are excellent pretty much in every phase of the game.
Harrison passes to Millsap. Morris outside. Bull with it. Shoots over Patterson. 4 on the shot clock. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Yeah, Ball with the unique combination of height and skill. That's a challenge for any defender.
He's perfect from the line this time. And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. Beverly looking around. Patterson finds Kennard. That one falls.
Can't let Kennard get this close. Once you do, he's going up with it.
The Nuggets trail by 3. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
It's often a tough call that can go either way, but I agree with you on that one.
A tremendous Mobile One block that we had to see again. Great send back.
Emphatic with the rejection. You've got to appreciate that kind of forceful defense.
Nuggets have gotten 4 of their first 5 shots to fall in the second quarter. Outstanding shooting. A putback, it's hauled in by George. And the foul called on Paul Millsap. That'll be his second foul of the game. Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's George. Shooting foul. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
From deep three-point range and out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. And for the Clippers, the wing tandem of Kawhi Leonard and Paul George inviting. And that'll do.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. One of the stories here, Jokic getting it done today.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
And it's not like everything's been at the rim. There's been a number of jump shots along the way.
We've got Gordon. Austin Rivers is out there with Michael Porter. And it's Nikola Jokic. And it's McGee in at the 5 roaming the paint. That's the group on the floor for Denver. We know how important the draft is, Greg. It can shape an organization. Talk about some of the best draft day deals of the last couple decades. There have been a lot of them.
There have been a few. I mean, just coming to mind here recently. How about when Kawhi was traded to the Spurs? That was a huge get. Go back
George
to how about Kobe going to the Lakers, McHale and Parrish coming to the Celtics. I mean, we've seen that happen quite a bit, and I tell you what, boy, it can really transform a franchise's future.
Leonard, the pass to Zubac. Stolen by Rivers. Here's Porter. 2 free throws coming up, and they called. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
Taking 2 shots.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking, and the game continues on.
Here's George. He's got 5. Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. He dishes it to Leonard, and the shot goes in. Leonard's got 4 this quarter.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
And Smitty, with LeBron getting into his late 30s, KD coming off the Achilles, for your money, is Kawhi Leonard the best player in the world?
Great question. I know one player, the Greek Freak, might have something to say about that. No less than Michael Jordan himself called Kawhi the best two-way player in the game. That's a very strong endorsement from MJ.
George dishes to Cousins. And he dumps it right over JaVale McGee. Holy cow.
A better athlete than some people give him credit. DeMarcus entertaining the crowd.
Rivers kicks to Jokic. The 11-footer, and he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Jokic has got 14 points.
Terrific game plan coming out of halftime. A perfect 3 for 3 from the field.
George against Rivers, banked in off the glass. 7 points in the game.
They are on fire right now. That's 4 straight makes.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
You know, Austin Rivers, the 10th overall pick in the 2012 draft, has turned into a nice combo guard, having the ability to play the 1 and the 2.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Morris. Luke Kennard comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Patrick Beverley in for George. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Morris is checked in for Austin Rivers. Back to Beverley. The tray. Knocks down the 3 ball. Beverly's got his second basket of the game.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Outside Millsap. Lays it up off the glass.
Very quietly, Paul Millsap just goes about his business. He's a tough competitor.
Pass to Kennard. And here is Cousins. Back to Kennard. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Beverly, the pass to Kennard. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. The Nuggets trail by 5. Here's Harrison. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Zubats. 1:14 left in the third quarter of the game. Stolen. And now here's Batum, the fast break opportunity. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Trying to defend Kennard. You know he can hit shots with limited space. That helps him get you off balance.
Both good from the line that time. 1:05 left in the third quarter. And here is Morris. Kicks to Millsap. Back to Morris. He feeds it to Millsap. Tips it. It's good on the putback. Bulls got 6 points.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Beverly the pass to Zubats. Dishes it to Batum. Over in the corner, Beverly launches it. Connects from three-point range. Beverly's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the thirds for Los Angeles. The shot and game clock separated by 4. And there's the pass to Bull. Here's Harrison. Kennard covering. Harrison kicks to Morris. 5 on the clock. That's tipped. There's the 3. Second chance shot, and he overdid it there. Too much force, it looked like, on the foul, and he's called for the flagrant.
And Kevin, I got to tell you, he's probably fortunate to just get a flagrant 1 there. I mean, so much contact. The officials easily could have gone even harder on him.
Greg, I agree. He better be on his best behavior from now on. One more flagrant of any variety, and he's out of here. Shot from 12. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers with their lead standing at 6. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Fundamental basketball. Keep your eyes up. Keep the ball moving. You're going to keep the defense on its heels.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Kennard. That's Rajon Rondo. Then there's Batum, and it's Man in at the 2 guard. Now, here's Jokic. Count that as his 7th field goal in 9 tries. He's shooting 78%.
And like the initiative there, Jokic seen an opportunity to get inside and just attack it.
And George kicks to Leonard. Back to George. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. Clock is at 3. 8 feet away. Oturu's shot is off.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
And the second chance effort by Gordon.
And offensive rebounding really about timing and positioning there. Gordon using both to burn the D.
George dishes to Leonard. Passes to Oturu. And stolen by Gordon. And pushing it up. Here's Denver. Here's Rivers. He nails it. And we're tied up.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed. And that's what he did there.
Great job of reading the floor. Got to the rim and made a play.
George looking around. That shot misses. Now Denver takes it the other way. Jokic passes to McGee. Shoots over Zubac. Jokic controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Such a savvy player. Love watching Jokic battle for positioning on the offensive glass.
And the Clippers call time here.
Yeah, just looking to tighten up their defense in the paint. They've got to be better.
It's a matter of want to. Helping out, contesting shots. You have to want to make the effort.
And the Clippers making a change here. He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, over the break, I was able to listen to Tyronn Lue's huddle. He told him this game wasn't over yet. He said, don't give up. If we make a few big plays, we're right back in this game. Stay the course. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Patterson. And the shot goes down. Patterson's got it all tied up now for the Clippers.
Patterson is so active and efficient with his movements inside.
Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Here's Jokic. And another basket to his impressive total. It's his 9th against 12 attempts.
Huge. Jokic comes through just fearless. What an option.
And Leonard has it in the corner. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Great idea to get it to Cousins. Things are starting to tighten up. Could be a hard-fought battle the rest of the way.
1:51 left to play in the final quarter. Pass to Jokic. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And it's a challenge trying to guard Jokic from there. Adept at making you foul him on the way up.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Zubac is checked in for Patterson. And it's George in for Leonard.
No doubt about those free throws. This is why you put the ball in his hands.
1:30 left in the fourth quarter. And, yep, that's going to be a flagrant foul. Unnecessary contact.
And, Kevin, that's a pretty dangerous play right there. I mean, I don't like to see a player put an opponent in harm's way, as much as you just saw him do there. Glad they pinned a flagrant on.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. The officials were all over it. They weren't going to let him off the hook that time.
Fantastic job stepping up and knocking those two down. That's got to be a huge confidence builder.
Lets it go from deep. Rebounded by McGee. For Denver, they've gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the floor. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Calm and collected in the game's biggest moments. You can rely on Jokic when you need a basket.
Rivers against Beverly. And the dunk by Zubac.
That is world class.
Incredible shot with everything on the line coming through for his team.
Now Rivers. 46 seconds left in the game. Gordon up on top, covered by Morris.
Easy chance from mid-range. Wouldn't be surprised to see them run that play again.
Floats one up, and it's Beverly missing.
Offensively, that's how you want to end the possession, except for the result.
Yes!
A big-time bucket there. They've got to play for a stop here with the 2-point lead. Most important thing, no open threes.
George against Porter. Outside, George. Back to Morris. Got it up in time. Oh, that shot had a chance, but no good. And so it's Denver who comes out on top. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it. A stunning view of the moon. And with tip-off coming up, we've got...
Hey, Kevin, the map...
It might indeed, David. Well said. Thank you for that report. And the Clippers starting five. Ivica Zubac is out there with Marcus Morris. Then there's Reggie Jackson. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's George in at the shooting guard position. And for the Mavericks, Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Luka Doncic out there with Richardson. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 spot. Outside for George. Now the pass to Leonard. Not going to go that time. Good work defensively by Richardson.
And in a player empowerment era, no greater power move than Kawhi Leonard's last year. Fresh off a finals MVP with the Raptors, he signed with his hometown Clippers and compelled a trade for Paul George.
Think about that 14-month run where Kawhi Leonard made his way to Toronto, a team that was on the cusp for many seasons, goes there, wins the MVP and the championship for the Raptors, and then ends up in his hometown of Los Angeles to try to do the same for the Clippers. Now that's getting it done and writing your own story.
Here's Doncic after the Clippers pick up 2.
And with good length and athleticism, Doncic not only gets to the rim, but boy, can he finish.
And here's George. Over Richardson. It's rebounded by Doncic.
Well, they shouldn't be giving that shot to anyone, but they certainly shouldn't be giving it to him. That's a big break for the defense.
And the shot goes in from Kristaps Porzingis.
They're going to take a little bit more to get Porzingis off of his sweet spot in his offensive game now.
Zubac kicks to Jackson. to Zubac. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Clock at 6. Leonard attacking and finished off by Leonard.
And for a player who didn't enter the league with breakdown ability off the dribble, guess what? Kawhi will break you down.
Doncic outside. Misses the 3.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
For Dallas, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. And the rejection by Zubac. It's Jackson with the drive to the middle. Morris passes to Zubac. Left block shot on the way. And that one hits back iron. Here's Richardson. Doncic looking it over. Over Jackson. Dallas again missing. The Clippers trail. Outside, George. Morris, no good. And it's Porzingis with the ball. He'll bring it up for Dallas. Doncic kicks to Kleba. The 3. Porzingis. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. 1:56 left in the first. Morris passes to Leonard. The score now all even. Today, Greg, we see a lot more friendly rivalries. Does that bother you?
Not at all. I mean, people like to say, well, our era had the rivalries were more bitter. I disagree with that. I think guys are every bit as competitive today as they've ever been.
That's good to hear.
They just also have more exposure and opportunity to be around one another. Kids today growing up, they've been playing against each other since the 5th, 6th grade in national tournaments. When we played, we didn't get to see the other top players around the country. So I think that was one reason why you didn't have a closeness with guys that unless you were on the same team.
He wants that one over again. I guarantee that. Nobody's even in the neighborhood.
Here's Leonard. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Leonard's got 6.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Passes it to Richardson. Paul George with the steal. And here we go with Morris running it up the court. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's on Porzingis.
And that's some physical defense against Morris, who attacks with one of his many moves. And we'll just see what he does here at the line.
And Dallas going with a whole new group out there. Mavericks trail by 6. Hardaway kicks to Brunson. Pass to Reddick. To stop the drought. Cousins pulls it in. For Los Angeles, they've gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far. Right at the 50% mark. Morris, no good.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going in this quarter.
And Hardaway gets it to go.
Tim Hardaway Jr., you can see he's got good foundational form for a three-point shot. Consistency would help.
Now here's Beverly. With 1 on the clock. Baseline try, and it's good, but hold on. The officials may want to look at that one on the replay monitor. And it looks like they are going to review the play. The question, did he get the basket off in time?
And the NBA
And that concludes the first quarter of play. The Clippers on top. They finish off the first quarter on a 12-3 run. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here. What have they been doing or not doing?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Just a great job, really, of making the game ugly, trying to muck it up a little bit out there.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So for the Clippers right now, they've got Batum, Luke Kennard out there with Patrick Beverly. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins, and it's Man in at the 3. Pass to Beverly, down low, deflects the pass, Cousins, and there it is for him. Cousins has got the lead up to 7 now for the Clippers.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Dallas has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, good evening. The Clippers were picked by many to win the title last year. Now, they didn't get it done, but Kawhi Leonard is not concerned. He said, we've just got to keep getting better, keep fighting. It's about the right team peaking at the right time. Guys are hoping this season their talent and their fight will win out. Back to you.
We will see. Good stuff, D.A. Thanks. Shot clock at 5. Beverly, the pass to Cousins. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Mavericks trail by 7.
And Bones, he stands just 6'1", but Patrick Beverly rebounds like a forward.
The fact that he's going to bring it mentally, G.A., I mean, that's the huge advantage. I think if you're in the opposing locker room and you know you're going to get on the floor, Patrick Beverly is going to be right in your jock for every minute that you're going to be competing against him.
Mavericks making a switch here. Burks is checked in, and Los Angeles making a change here as well. Rajon Rondo is checked in for Patrick Beverly. To the wing right side. Cousins, no one around him. And a miss there on the triple. The Mavericks have gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second quarter. Dallas again missing. Clippers leading by 5. Back to Kennard. The pass to Batum. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
That's the kind of passing you want there. Work the ball around, keep it moving, try to get an assist on every bucket.
And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Passes it to Hardaway. Redick way outside. Dallas no good that time either.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Well, I thought they played smart, and then all of a sudden it was maybe a little too flashy there, and that's unfortunate.
And Kennard wide open. He shoots. Cousins, three-pointer. Man can't hit. And so it's Burke who brings up the ball for the Mavericks. 7-point differential. Hardaway, no good.
Time for some consideration in the passing category, maybe, Kevin. The shot is just not on. Get somebody else going.
Man can't hit. Dallas has got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. Redick with the bucket.
One of the best at moving without the ball. Catch and shoot opportunity for J.J. Redick.
Rondo kicks to Kennard. Pass to Batum. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. He makes the Johnny from the left block. Kennard's got his first basket.
I love the offensive execution on that possession.
Here's Burke. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. And the call will be against Luke Kennard. That is his first foul of the game. A different look for Dallas, where Porzingis comes in for Cauley-Stein. And Doncic is subbed in for J.J. Redick. And we just got a second look there at the exceptional mobile one block.
And he's all over that shot. Has it read the whole way and gets the position he needs to make a play.
Yeah, that play never gets old. The pick and roll will still be an offensive staple 100 years from now. Trust me.
8 feet away. Zubac trying to break loose. He kicks it to Leonard. Shoots over Doncic. The shot missing. Now Dallas takes it the other way. Here's Hardaway. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Hardaway Jr., a great athlete, spotted a seam there and just attacked the defense.
And some changes here for the Mavericks. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Powell. And Josh Richardson subbed in for Trey Burke.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
Hardaway with the steal. Leonard with the steal. 3-second difference between shot clock and game. And the Clippers miss again. Dallas has gotten into trouble with the 3-ball in the second quarter. Only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. Nobody near Leonard. No good with the triple. Hardaway, that's a two-pointer. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. Marcus Morris picks one up there.
He's a decent scorer, and Hardaway can get it going, so he draws defenders' attention and gets the call that time.
And it's tied up with that one. George with the ball. And the last-second attempt doesn't fall. It's a tie game in Dallas. Time now for the halftime break.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the first quarter for the Mavericks was fairly even. They did give up a couple baskets more than... And that'll do.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Nice game. Great performance by Tim Hardaway Jr.
And the way he goes at defenders, he is bound to get to the line just like he did there in that first half.
Yeah, almost inviting contact, that attack mentality on full display.
Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Doncic out there with Richardson. And it's Finney-Smith in at the small forward. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. And Doncic gets it to go. Greg, if you're a small market team, how do you convince stars that you've drafted and developed to stay and re-sign?
It's a great question, Kevin. I actually think in a lot of ways it's easier today because you can be box office. You can be a superstar in a small market and have the name recognition because of the era we play in. And so I think the biggest way to keep them there is to build a championship caliber team around them. I think that is your saving grace. If you can prove to them that you can build a championship caliber team, I don't really think that there is a reason to want to lose.
It's a solid blueprint, but they recover it. The Mavericks shooting a pretty sorry 29% from the floor here. Porzingis to 2, misses off the left iron. For Los Angeles, they've gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Here's George. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks.
Yeah, they're going to try to search out for somebody that's got a hot hand right now. 1 of 4 to start the half.
The Clippers shooting just 33%, struggling to get good looks. Nailed from three-point land. George has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, Paul George starting to feel real comfortable right now at the three-point line. And Marcus Morris has raised some eyebrows in the last couple of years, just being a much more efficient scorer.
Here's Doncic. And the layup's good off the glass. Doncic has got 8 points.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Jackson against Doncic. Pass to Zubac. Kicks it out to Leonard. On the wing, Jackson. 6 on the shot clock. Outside, George. Over Richardson. And it's George again missing. And last season, Marcus Morris is named one of the hottest on the trade market.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in Marcus Morris's offseason a year ago. A lot of contenders looking to add him to the roster. Handshake deal with the Spurs, switch to the Knicks, and then eventually traded to the Clippers. So grab your musical chair and try to find a seat.
The pass to Richardson. Doncic against Jackson. Shot is good, and the Los Angeles leads. Cut to just 1 point on the basket from Kristaps Porzingis.
And how pretty is that shot for Porzingis? A nice release point and so soft coming off the fingertips.
Here's Jackson inside. Here's Zubac. And there's the call by the official. They'll count the basket here following the goaltending call.
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of playing it safe.
Jalen Brunson, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Passes to Finney-Smith. Outside, Porzingis. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Cousins, no good. Mavericks trail by 3. Here's Finney-Smith. Right side, Porzingis. And that one is off. Nice D from Cousins.
Wouldn't surprise me to see him find his touch and still be a factor. Don't count them out yet.
Kennard for 3. It's rebounded by Dallas. Porzingis has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's Richardson. Brunson the pass to Porzingis. Nice D from Cousins.
And there hasn't been anything easy for him in this period.
No, I haven't seen him in comfortable spots, or at least spots we've seen in this offensive set that are allowing him to settle in.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Hardaway's checked in for Maxi Kleber. Reddick comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And Trey Burke subbed in for Josh Richardson. That one's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down now to just 4 in the basket from Porzingis. Now Beverly. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. An easy 2 points on the layup.
That's a pretty impressive finish from Montrezl Harrell.
Here's Brunson, and that's going to do it for the third quarter. The Clippers on top as they end the third quarter on a 14. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Setting the floor for the Clippers. Patrick Beverly out there with Rajon Rondo. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. Then there's Batum. And it's Kennard in at the 3 spot. And here's Brunson. He'll bring it up for Dallas. They trail by 6. Hardaway against Rondo. Hardaway dishes to Reddick. Great D that time from Batum. The Clippers shooting a lackluster 38% for the game, struggling so far. And Beverly kicks to Kennard. Batum attacking. Here's Cousins. Nails the baby hook. Cousins has got the lead up to 8 now for the Clippers.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Back to Brunson. All alone. It's not going to go for him. And the Clippers will come the other way. High post Cousins. And they double up Cousins. That one goes. Count it. And now it's a 10-point Los Angeles lead.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this fourth quarter. And Hardaway gets it to go.
How about that? Hardaway stepping up and knocking down a bomb.
And here's Rondo. Kennard, the pass to Rondo. Back to Kennard. To the inside. Cousins uses the glass to finish the layup. And the Clippers lead by 9.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Brunson scanning the floor. Outside Hardaway. Cousins pulls it in. Cousins has got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. That's a 2 from Kennard. And that one goes long.
Not great numbers, but great effort in this one. Sounds funny, but I think he's been a positive for them.
And that one's good. Burke.
Well, looking into the gaps of the defense there, he's not going to miss many of those when he gets to that range.
Pass to Cousins. Porzingis with the steal. And yes, it's good. Now just a 5-point Clipper lead.
Porzingis making it count, wants to come through big time and does here.
Rondo kicks to Beverly. It's rebounded by Dallas.
For him, it's harder to miss that shot than it is to make that shot. I think he was anticipating a bit of a bump there.
Pass to Burke. Back to Hardaway. The 19-foot shot. Cousins pulls it in. Cousins has got 11 rebounds in the game. Here's Rondo. Nice pass. Right into the rack perfectly for the layup.
I just feel like Patrick Beverly has incredible awareness for every second that he plays on the floor. Spots the wide open man, gets it to him.
On the wing, Hardaway. There's the pass to Porzingis. It's rebounded by Rondo. Los Angeles leading by 7. Beverly dishes to Cousins. Beverly the pass to Batum. Kicks it to Cousins. 56 seconds left in the fourth quarter. That missed basket now makes him 4 of 8 from the field. Outside, Redick from deep. Cousins pulls it in. Kennard for 3. Porzingis with the rebound.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Brunson kicks to Hardaway. This one for 3. Nice shot off that time, and it's the Clippers taking it the other way. They've led by as much as 10. And that one's good. Beverly.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yeah, when you step into an opposing team's arena and you can play with this type of composure, boy, that food tastes good on the way out of town.
Outside, Batum can't nail the jumper. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up.